Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's IPL 5 at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. This wildcard qualifier has reached the final between Fnatic, Raidcall, and Dignitas, two teams that flew all the way from Europe just to participate in this wildcard qualifier in hopes that they would be the 8th team joining our 5 North American teams and 2 other European teams in that group stage tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a really intense matchup here, and we're already underway, so let's go ahead and hop into the action so that we can check out what's going to happen here as Fnatic Raidcall is going to be taking on Team Dignitas. So let's go ahead and jump into this here. It's going to be Fortress, and a very defensive-heavy map, by the way. You know, it's not like Castle Crasher, where it's a very flat land map with a lot of coverage in between. But, of course, kicking it off with Yeepy, he's just going to be able to take one right away. He will get hit 2 times, though, and he might be able to overcome the situation. But granted, though, seems like Dignitas is not allowing that to happen. They might try and keep him there with some good zoning with the Rockets.
Yeah, this is tough, having a defender at your back and your front, because if you spin to isolate one of them, the other one can just easily come from behind and destroy you. So 1 armor left is a really scary situation right now for Yeepy. Oh, that's a big hit. Such a close shot. He does actually snag it that time and doesn't fall off, which I thought he might have. That would have been a little bit rough for him, but one more laser would do it. He's going to stay at the pole instead. 90%. That is a fraction of a second away from a successful attacking round, but you know, could have paid off huge for Fnatic later on. We'll see if it's going to make a difference. Kawa attacking now for Dignitas, obviously wants to get off to a very good start. Castle Crasher was the map that they picked in the previous series where they lost a map, and they've already lost it. So, you know, one of their favorite maps already eliminated, already lost on the map is going to be tough. If they lose here, they're going to have to go basically to their 3rd string choice for their 2nd map pick. That would be really tough. So Kawa really wants to get a shot on Fnatic. It looks like they are not giving him that option.
Yeah, indeed, and Kawa missing that shot there around the corner, which is something that, you know, we've seen him hit before, but some great movement there overall by Lakame. Of course, you know, the one thing to take away from this is that you have Kawa here in a position where he cannot, he has to now climb the hill, which is tough, especially with the way that, you know, Fortress is laid out. And now the fact that the goal is going to be active is going to be big, but A is just going to get shut down right away. And 1-1 now, defense prospering here at the beginning of this matchup. Strengths is going to attack for Fnatic RC.
All right, Strengths, last round, we did see a really good attack round out of him, or last map, excuse me.
Indeed.
He does have an opportunity to do that again here and get Fnatic off on the right foot on Fortress. You know, there's only 6 maps in our pool, so, you know, even though Dignitas picked it, this could still be one of Fnatic's best maps. It's just hard to know with such a limited map pool, and, you know, they've been playing these maps for so long that, you know, everyone's going to have a set strategy already on these maps. Zacubus landing 2 of those 3 rockets, Garpy grabbing the 3rd, and Strengths is eliminated very quickly there. The score is 2-1. Zacubus with the bulk of the defensive points there. Garpy attacking now for Dignitas.
Yeah, you know, the thing with that was that you had, you know, Strengths looked good at the beginning there, coming from behind like that, flanking around the side, utilizing the bridge, but some great placement with the Rockets there. It's a very highly defensive game, and you can't take that away from Dignitas. They know their defense. They're very solid at that. Of course, you know, Fnatic, no slouch in that department either. Now the question is, what's Garpy going to do here? Is he going to be able to land one? And now that he has thrown down a laser and not able to connect, they know exactly where he is at this point in time. Here comes the pressure, already getting hit 1 time. That's not going to be good in this position. Getting hit a 2nd time, and wow, he's just going to be pretty much going to be stuck in a position where he cannot capitalize in this situation unless he makes a move or takes 1 guy out. But now we could see his luck turning here. 2 defenders left. Garpy's going to have 1 armor. He could do this. The goal is now going to be active. He needs to land at least 1 more shot. Not able to do it there as he throws down that 1 laser. And you can see there as the pressure is going to be on him. Man. And great spam, by the way. He actually held down that mouse and made sure that at least 2 to 3 rockets were going in that direction, so that if he moved, he'd approach a wall of rockets and just get taken out right away. So good work indeed by the guys from Fnatic. Raidcall, of course, Lakame on the attack here. He was the one that kind of got things going, you know, as far as attack rounds are concerned, getting from that attack round stalemate, Lakame in that last game. So let's see if he could do it again here.
He did have a very big round on Castle Crasher. He could certainly show it to us again on Fortress, and he is going to double back. That's kind of dangerous sometimes when you double back around that way. They spam rockets pretty often in that direction, and I have seen a lot of people get punished for it. I believe he does have he does have a defender behind him right now which is always kind of awkward as well. If you give too much attention to him, the two behind you will just peg you down. Garpy already taking 2 shots off of him and just slaps him in the face with that third one, peeking around the corner. 3 shots from Garpy to eliminate Lakaim on that run.
Yeah, you know, when you have 3 defenders up and the attacker only has 1 armor left at that point in time, especially in a map like Fortress, with how it's organized and, you know, you're constantly climbing uphill, the positions were just great there for Dignitas. They had the 1 guy behind, they had the 2 guys applying the pressure up front. It was just a really great approach there overall for Dignitas to close that round out there. You know, defense obviously looking really good for both sides, but I like what Dignitas does constantly. They have good attack runs, good defensive positions, excuse me, and we'll see here if Zacubus now can change the luck for Dignitas.
Oh.
He's already going to get pegged 1 time as they knew where he was going to be landing based off of where he was moving.
No.
And right away, he's going to lose another. He's going to have 1 armor left. He might be able to. Never mind. He gets shut down as Yeepy ends that one on Zacubus here. Let's see who's going to be attacking now for Fnatic. It will be Yeepy, who, you know what, he's a great attacker. He has a great laser. He just needs to find it this round and just take this one for Fnatic.
We still haven't seen a successful attack round on Fortress. It's 6 rounds straight of pure defense. These lasers, they are coming out. We're seeing a lot of, you know, shots being made, but you just need that magic third one, or, you know, a situation where you can hop onto the goal to actually take advantage of it. But EP hanging back a little bit. Rockets floating past. Garpy trying to face him down here. Yuppie does not take a shot on him. You know, the more time he takes here, oh, that's a missed shot. He does duck out rather gracefully. Dignitas can't rush him down like it looked like they wanted to, but they do have him cornered, which can be a problem. His options now are to go through the left, which can be really tough, or go to that jump pad, which can be really, really tough. So he jumps back across, does lose a point of armor, takes out 1 defender, but now with only 12 seconds left on the cap, and Garpy, of course, landing that 3rd point of armor. That was going to be a tough situation either way. But look, again, that's another defensive round, and Garpy leading the charge here with 6 defensive rockets. Kawa attacking. We're back at the top of the order for Dignitas.
You know, one thing I want to point out in that one, though, was when Yeepy dropped to the bottom and that 1 defender actually joined him down there, if he didn't get hit by that rocket, that could have been a big thing for Yeepy, because that means that defender, you know, obviously has to take the one way that Yeepy has to take, which in turn will kind of put him in a bad position, being a defender with the rocket, you know, and having that laser pretty much just go where you want it to go. But it did not work that way, unfortunately. But, you know, food for thought for next time, especially if you're on defense. Just don't drop down to the bottom no matter what you do. Nice shot there, as he just seemed to walk by and he put a laser at the top of his head.
A drive-by.
Yeah, that was really bad. And that was a good shot indeed. 5 seconds on the clock here. The goal is going to become live in just a second. And let's see if Kawa with 3 armor can actually capitalize here. He's able to do it. He might be able to get on the go. And yes, he does. Nice stuff by Dignitas there to finally put one on the board on the attack side. Scores 5-3.
All right, they break the stalemate after 7 straight defensive rounds. That's an attack round in the books, and you know what happens. We've seen it in these very evenly matched teams. Usually this follow-up round can be a successful attack as well. It's kind of strange how often it happens, but oh wow, look at that. Kawa actually took a kind of an alternate position, and Strengths was ready for it, looking right down the barrel at him. Great shot through the trees. Almost gets that 2nd shot on Garpy, and Dignitas is in a bit of a strange situation now. Strengths has tons of time and still 3 armor. So if he chooses to duel, he doesn't even have to duel. He just gets another flick shot. 3 armor against just 1 defender. Strengths not sure where the defender is. Oh, he's around the corner. Garpy hops down, and Strengths with 3 armor, 10 seconds left on the clock. He can bide his time until the goal becomes open, try to do the dance, or just shoot him straight down. We'll see what he chooses to do. Here comes the goal open. Wow, what kind of hop was that? Garpy leapt across the pit there, and Strengths just hopped on the cap for the winning round there. So 2 attacking rounds in the books now across both teams. Dignitas is still ahead up here, but they did defend first, so we're still essentially at that stalemate where both teams only have that 1 attacking round. Because you must win by 2, it's going to be an attacking round, not a defensive round, that wins this game.
Yeah, you know, it almost seemed as if in that situation, the plan for the defender was to not keep his feet on the ground and actually jump up and kind of catch his, attacker off guard. But, granted, he really needed to place those rockets right by the goal to kind of keep him from there just for that brief second to allow him to regain his footing and get back into the action. But now Garpy here is going to be stuck in a bad position as he is having a lot of cross rockets flying in his direction. But granted, though, he is able to avoid that potential bad situation. Try and throw down the laser. Not able to connect with it. Whoa. He is going to have 3 seconds, 2 seconds now. 2 armor left here, and he will have 3 defenders up. This is not a winning situation for Garpy by any means, and Strengths with the last 2 rockets to take that one out there. 5-5 in the count now. Let's see what's going to happen here as Lakame's going to attack, and maybe on his first attack run, which actually happened on Crossroads, his first attack run was not particularly good, and then his second, he just shined. So perhaps he could do that again here in Fortress.
All right, Kawa, Garpy, and Zacubus posting up on defense once again. Lakame working his way in. Kawa off to the right side did manage to peg him just once. So this is still a little bit of a disadvantage for Lakame. Wow, Zacubus coming very, very close to taking that second point of armor. Retreats back to the goal. Man. Yeah, the fence is quite handy. Look at that. I think that's the first time I've ever actually seen someone ramp all the way up on top. Usually they get halfway up and try to take a shot and just fall back down, but he had the momentum and actually hit the ledge. So
that cost him, though, because he did get hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did get hit, and that's the 3rd shot from Zacubus getting planted there. And nice defensive spread here from the Dignitas guys. Kawa with the lone attacking round. Fnatic also a very good spread and a lone attacking round. Zacubus attacking now. Since Dignitas did defend first on this map, if we continue this defensive stalemate into extra rounds, Dignitas will have map point on each of their attacking rounds, which can be really, really important in a series like this.
It really is all about that positioning there on defense, and I just love what Dignitas does. But granted, though, we are going to see Zach getting hit one time. But going back to that, I love what they do. They just revert to that cage there and creates that pressure for the attacker. You're going to see here as Fnatic's actually doing it now. Strength's holding down that position, and now that's going to force Zacubus to actually have to go all the way around. Ooh. And oh man, this is a bad position here to be in, especially if Zach has 1 left here and he does get taken out. So that's going to close out that round. But it's just that spot right there so crazy because it pretty much just stops the attacker from going on that right side, and it forces them to go on the left, which means that they have to hit the jump, which leaves them open, and then turn. That ends up creating a bad situation for the attacker. So this could potentially, that's the thing. That attacker on that, or the defender on the cage, needs to be taken out right away in order for that right side to become viable.
It's really difficult to do, though. The cage, it's got some twists and turns in it, and any defender can just kind of walk through there. It's tough. It's a way to buy time, actually, for defenders. Oh. Wow, Yeepy is dead on with his laser. 2 armor left. Good shot from Zacubus. But oh my goodness! Top 5 play.
Top 5 play,
That
indeed.
was sick. Oh man, Yeepy pulling out a great shot there to end that round and actually put Fnatic up on attacking rounds, which is even more important in this best-of-3 series. Dignitas is going to have limited opportunities to try and make up for that amazing attacking round from Yeepy.
Yep, and the question's going to come up, what's Kawa going to do here? Obviously, on his attack run, he sees Strengths right in front of him, so that's going to stop him there. And, Strengths is going to try and scare him a little bit. He throws down that laser, so Strengths now going to creep around the corner, try and see if he can put a rocket or 2 into, near Kawa and scare him even more and drop him back. The whole point, folks, is that you want to continue to keep your the attacker as far back as possible, thus preventing him from being able to capture the goal. That's just the entire point of the game. And nice stuff there as Kawa's going to get picked once, and then the guys from Fnatic Raid Call are just all over that. And it seems like this is going to be a bad spot for him to be in as Lakame lands 2, the first and the last to own that one there. And that's going to be it, 8-6. So we could see Strengths end this one here. He did have a successful attack run to open things up for himself. So perhaps this is going to happen once again. But expect Dignitas to shut this one down right away.
It really is disappointing when you turn away from a defender and you're when you turn 180 degrees, there's 2 more. Yeah, that's what happened just now, and that's really kind of depressing. But Strengths attacking does have an opportunity to put Game 2 in the books for Fnatic and go to a Game 3 with a 2-0 lead. That could be really, really big for them as they're fighting all of this fight to get
big
into
shot.
The group stage tomorrow. 1 armor for 1 defender. Strength still sitting pretty even here. Can he sneak past this next defender? Oh, Zacubus planting one. Nice shot from the left side. Can he get through the crossfire? No, he cannot. Zacubus finishes him off there. Zacubus with 10 defensive rockets. Very nice number to have, but this is the number that's more important. These numbers are more important. Garpy attacking now. This is the last opportunity for Dignitas. He must get this successful attack round, or they will go into Game 3 at a 2-0 disadvantage.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen this time and time again where a team will go 2-0 and they end up just losing that third one. It's a pressure-filled situation. But granted, though, we did see you know, Monomaniac actually overcome that and be able to force a Game 4, although it was not enough. Still, though, Dignitas, a very capable team, and he has been identified. Garpy has been identified. So at this point in time, what Garpy needs to do is pretty much just fake out his opponents and just, you know, kind of lead them to believe that he's moving one way. And there you see right there, as Strings got caught from the side there, and there's going to be a lot of action going down at the top right there. You can see that position that L'Chaim's holding is actually a really good spot, because you don't expose your body too much and you can see the entire you know, downward ramp. So that's a good spot for him to be in. The goal's not going to be active, as Garpy really needs to get at least one more shot in here. His team rests on his shoulders, and unfortunately he just couldn't do it there.
That's it, though, for Game 2. Fnatic taking the game. We're going to go into Game 3 with Fnatic at a 2-0 lead. That's going to be really tough. Dignitas does have the ability to try and fight their way back here, but we're going to go to a short break. We're going to get the map pick, and on the other side of the break, we'll have Game 3 in this best-of-5 finals.